Welcome to the Insurance Brokers Podcast, Helpful Hints. Here we break down the best, most informative bits of our full-length interviews.
The other question I would have, and it goes back to what we said earlier about, so Lloyds seem to be building a number of quote platforms. So again, in our new Zoom-enabled world, if we assume that there might be less face-to-face business done, and therefore we need to make it slicker to get a range of quotes. As I understand your portal, like most insurer portals, if I'm a broker, I've got to sit and put it into yours and then into 4 others to get 5 quotes.
Yeah.
Do you have any plans? Does it make any sense, commercial sense, for you to be on a platform whereby they fill in your front end, but then that goes to 5 different suppliers and they take the best quote kind of thing?
I mean, with that, when you're dealing with lots of different providers, the issue that you generally find there is that there's always going to be specific questions that insurer wants to know, that insurer, and they're never going to be exactly the same. So then you get back into that remit of the really lengthy question sets to satisfy every single one of the people that's going to be providing quotes on the platform. So at this point, I wouldn't rule anything out, to be perfectly honest, but for now I think it's wise for us to stick with working with one particular provider. In the future, who knows? I mean, but for now, to meet our remit, which was to reduce question sets, save time, be able to deliver something really quick and slick, and work in partnership with our capacity provider as well as the brokers, I thought it was quite important. We thought it was quite important to focus with the one initially. But yeah, I can totally see that would be a good thing within Lloyds.
Just approaching it from the other end, so that's you want one capacity provider enabled you to produce a limited question set, but would you put your product on one of these platforms so somebody could put in perhaps a slightly bigger question set, but it would still suck a quote out of yours as well as out of 3 or 4 others, and they've only put it in once? I mean, obviously,
I mean, we already do, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
Well, we already perform on a platform. We call that a bespoke deal because we then have to build to their question set, which limits the amount of risk that we can actually write. So yeah, we do have other facilities and schemes that are live on other people on a broker's own platform, and as well as one where it provides multiple quotes. But yeah, again, you're only restricted in terms of what they ask, and so if they don't ask the question and you can't apply your rates and rules to it, in that instance we have to decline risks where we could probably write them if they just changed the format of or style of the question. But again, it's that particular platform, the questions are quite lengthy because it's satisfying, say, 9 different providers that provide quotes on it. So yeah, it's a fine line. If that could be standardized somehow, I almost think that's the skill of what Giles and that have done in building this platform of really streamlining and making it more seamless.